Coping to Care, sponsored by Blue Sea Care, where we feature guests who share how you can achieve complete well-being. Today, we'd like to welcome licensed acupuncturist and holistic medicine specialist, Carlo St. Just, who practices in Los Angeles, and he now even offers telehealth treatments. Today, Carlo will give us some daily tips on how to help you build your immune system and heal both mind and body. Welcome, Carlo.
Hi, Fran. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, so now that acupuncture is more mainstream and even covered by our health insurance because of its effectiveness in boosting the immune function by promoting the release of white blood cells, can you tell us about how it all works?
That is a very good question, and I do receive that question often. We are still trying to understand the mechanisms behind acupuncture, but really, in a nutshell, what we're doing is when we insert a needle, we're trying to help promote blood flow, we're trying to help promote balance, we're trying to help improve the circulation, and we're trying to help patients get better.
So it has an anti-inflammatory effect and induces the relaxation response. Can you provide examples of how this works? I know that you help your mom. So how do you help your mom? I know that your mom is elderly, but she's in great shape. So how do you help your mother, as an example?
Yes, if anything, I do treat my mother with acupuncture. I'm not her sole provider in healthcare. There's a saying that you don't treat your parents or your close ones there. But if anything, with some of her condition, with some of her issues, inflammation is a key characteristic. What acupuncture does is that it primarily and specifically targets the mechanisms which cause inflammation and helps the body to get back into a, a state of homeostasis, meaning a state of balance, right? So why is this important? Because I want to let everyone know, let your listeners know that what is inflammation, right? Let's look at what inflammation is. It's the body's response to an injury. Right? So when that occurs, there's vasoconstriction and vasodilation, meaning the blood cells, right, constrict, the blood vessels constrict, and they open up, right, like this. And what that does is it allows the body to start the healing process, right? Inflammation is not a bad thing. It's actually part of our response to heal. But what happens is it's this continuous inflammatory response that attacks us, that hurts us.
Hmm. Okay. Um, can you give a specific example of how a person who doesn't have access to a doctor right now, but they have certain pains? And I think later on we're going to talk a little bit more about acupressure, um, and finding your chi and how to control that. Can you explain about finding your chi, or is it chai? Is it chai or chi?
Uh, Good, these are all good questions, and this is why we are going to learn, right? We're going to get into the depths of this, right? Chi, the correct pronunciation is chi. So I do apologize there. It is spelled CHI in English, right? In Mandarin,
Mm-hmm.
Indian, it's spelled QI. So sometimes you may see, QI or CHI. It both means the same thing. What is chi? Chi means life energy, right? Or vital life energy force. It is a unit of measurement in traditional Chinese medicine. It is a theory that we use as acupuncturists in order to understand the energy in the body. Now, over the last 30 years, researchers have concluded, maybe even speculated, right, that okay, there is no chi in the body. There is nothing that Qi can represent. We have not been able to find a substance called Qi, right? We have blood, we have lymph fluid, uh, we have heart, we have kidneys, but we don't have any kind of organ called Qi. And really, it's not a specific body part, but it's really more describing a process in the body, right? We have different types of Qi, we have different types of energy. You have a happy Qi, you have a sad Qi, you have an angry Qi. Right? Maybe you can't measure it physically, but we all know what happens when you get happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's emotions, hormones, all these emotions that come up, anger, sadness. So really, that's what Qi is. And I think it's important to understand because sometimes, we've been having this argument for the last 30 years, right? 40 years. And for people to understand, finally, we're looking at it and saying, okay, we know what Qi is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Qi is basically balance. So through exercise and through breath work, for example, I know to help you sleep, there's a certain kind of practice that you use. Can you talk about simply what do you do to help yourself sleep through breathing techniques?
Mhm. So, with that, sleep is an important aspect that I treat clinically. We have theories about it in our medicine. It is something that affects majority of Americans, right? I talk to a lot of people who have sleeping issues, right? Everybody has sleeping issues. The exercises are designed in order to help people reduce their stress, induce this state of calmness. Why do we go to sleep? Right? We go to sleep because the melatonin in our bodies produced, it helps us to feel sleepy, and then we can go to sleep. And we maintain this circadian rhythm, right? We maintain this rhythm of going to sleep and waking up when the sun rises, right? And why can't I go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep when it's time to go to sleep? So with that, we have tools, right? We have tools as acupuncturists in order to deal with these issues. You have acupuncture as a medicine, which is the insertion of the needles. You can do meditation, and that requires a little bit of practice. Meditation doesn't have to have any kind of religious connotation to it. It doesn't have to have any kind of attachment. Really, all it is slowing down your mind, calming down your breathing, and creating the state of awareness. And when you can implement